it's writing workshop time. So you'll want your blue writing workshop folder. And you are all experts at writing workshops. So I think this should be something that you're really familiar with and that you can just do easily. Okay, so I want you to think about all the things we've talked about. That I put pictures of our special wall in our classroom that has all of our writing workshop posters. So you can look at those pictures if you want to, and that'll really help jog your memory about all the different things to make sure to pay attention to make sure to do while you're writing. I wanted to talk about something that we've talked about a lot this year, and this will just help you get started for a first time while you're at home. We've been talking about rereading our writing. So as we're writing, we reread to remember what word comes next. But the first thing you're going to want to do today is get out your folder. You'll see on one side, I put a whole bunch of paper for you. I put story maps, I put blank paper, and I put some cover pages. Now, if you start getting to the end of, like you have one paper left, one piece of paper left, you're going to want to let your family know so that you can make some copies of more paper. So I put a bunch in there. It should last you for a while, but make sure when you get to the last one that you save it to make some copies. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is then look at the other side of your folder, and you'll see the stories that you're already working on. So you'll want to reread your story. Now, this is something that I help some of you with, so you might need to ask a family member to help you if it's feeling a little bit challenging. So you'll want to reread and jump in, is what this one says. Reread and jump in. So reread your work. Remember what you were writing about, right? Remember. I remember what I was going to write about next. Mango, I hope you won't mind if I use you as an example, but Mango had a plan. And when we talked about beginning, middles, and ends, Mango started with the beginning of a story. And Mango said, I don't remember your exact words, Mango, but Mango said something to this effect, that there was you could hear a loud noise in the forest, a loud thumping noise. And it was a monster that was coming. That was the beginning. So Mango will reread that part. I know I didn't get the words exactly right, but Mango will reread that part about the loud noises and the monster coming. And then Mango, they'll say, I remember what was going to happen next. So you'll remember that in your mind. And then the next thing to do is to start writing that down. So write down the next part of your story. So whatever it is that you're writing about, what comes next? Ask yourself that. When you're remembering, what comes next? What's the next part? If you were working on the middle, how's it going to end? What's the end to your story? And remember, I really want you to focus on having all the pages relate together and tell a story. Okay, so make sure that it's a beginning, a middle, and an end. And we'll talk more about that in days to come. But for today, I really want you to remember this and reread the story in your book. Reread it carefully. Remember what's happening next so that you can keep it going. If you keep pulling out a blank paper and starting a new story every time, you'll have a whole bunch of beginnings, but then you won't have middles or ends. So look through first to see what you have in your folder before you get started. Okay? Reread, remember, write. Now, usually when we have writing workshop at school, we have a magic word. So I have a magic word for you, and my magic word for you today is forest. Okay? So you'll have to let your family know how that works. So once you get your things together and your paper out and your pencil and your eraser and you're all set to go, someone in your family will say the word forest, or maybe you'll say it, forest, and that'll be the signal to turn off all talking, turn off your sounds, except for sounding out words. You'll really be a focused writer, rereading, remembering, writing. And I'd like you to ask your family to help you. Set a timer for 20 minutes today. 20 minutes. And that's how long you'll do your writing. Okay, so I want you to write quietly, really thinking and writing for 20 minutes. I know you can do that. You're wonderful, amazing writers. This is something that I'm really going to miss, is seeing your writing. So I hope that you will take pictures and you'll send me pictures of what you're writing about. Okay? Okay, so go ahead, get your things out, and then remember the magic word is forest. Okay, you've got this.